And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elephants and zebras, gypsies and the sheep, or fairies. I wasn't planning on making another video, but somebody commented on a comment I made a long time ago on a Scientology video. One person said I don't seem to understand group thought, although I'm not sure how that came in there. Believe me, I do. Another person said I was a Scion bot. Many years ago, I was living in San Antonio, and I bought a copy of A Piece of Blue Sky. I didn't even finish the book. I'm like, you fall for this crap? I mean, you really believe in this stuff, and they do. It's insane. I mean, Scientology is insane. Now, as for Mike Rinder, he's a mean SOB. He was then, he is now. I said he might as well go back into the cult. Well, first of all, I called it a cult because that's what it is. Second, the reason I said that is because he's no different now than he was then. He behaves the same way. He has the same personality, same attitude. He's a mean SOB. I would have nothing to do with him. And if he's going to behave the same way out of the cult as he did in the cult, why doesn't he just go back in? Slappy Miscavige, you did what Slappy Miscavige told you to do. You beat people up. People beat you up. You're sick, and there's something really wrong with you. I mean, in my opinion, not just Mike Rinder, but a lot of those people, Mark Rinder, Mike Rinder, whatever his name is, Rinder. It seems to me that you can't get very high up in Scientology, at least not into a sort of a leadership level, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. Unless you're a disgusting person. Because look at Rinder, look at Miscavige, look at all these other people. Look at the things they do to people. People have died. In my opinion, people have been murdered. People have been kidnapped. All sorts of things have happened. Very evil things. Now, as for groupthink, there's a cult, a personality slash political cult in this area. They believe that they're leaderless. They believe they're doing things of their own free will when they're actually being told to do things. They do some of the same things Scientologists do. They hack people's accounts. They make fake accounts on Facebook. There's someone that I was talking to years and years ago, before I even left Texas, before I left San Antonio. They hacked this person's account. That person wouldn't talk to me in a million years. Somebody else, I don't know if it's one of them or not, but they put up a picture, a school picture. I wasn't in it, but they said, are you in this picture? And I'm like, no, I'm not in that picture. I'm not sure why they would do that, because that person who shared that was like, or asked that question, never went to that school, was never on Okinawa, etc. So, you know, these people do some of the same stuff. They harass people and things like that. So they do some of the same things Scientologists do. So I know all about groupthink. You know, I've become an outspoken critic of these people because of the BS that they throw around, and they're hypocrites. That's what they are. I guess you could even say Scientologists are a bunch of hypocrites, because supposedly they believe in doing, making the world better or something, but They don't do anything to make the world better. They hurt people. They make things worse for people. I don't remember what Scientologists call excommunication, but they have a name, their own name for it. But and then Xenu. The fact that you would believe in Xenu. To me, Scientology is a UFO cult. You know, I just think it's insane. It's crazy. And, you know, it's just, you know, it's like the group of people in Keene. They claim to be peaceful people. They're a heavily armed group of people. And they are not peaceful. There are videos, or at least there were videos until they took them down on YouTube, of how they treat people. You can go to a YouTube channel, if it's still around, called Stop Free Keene. And you can find all sorts of videos of how they treat people and what they do to people. And Scientologists act the same way toward people who are not one of them, toward people who are their critics. If you want to say I'm a Scion bot, go ahead. I mean, maybe you are. But, you know, the leadership of this group in Keene and the leadership of Scientology, I consider to be the same kind of people. The members, I consider to be the same kind of people. You know, so, you know, Render's a mean guy. He was a mean guy when he was in Scientology. He's a mean guy now. Just because somebody leaves a cult doesn't automatically change their personality. They may change, but there's no guarantee that they're going to change. A lot of people go from one cult to another to another. So, whatever.